In your book, The Power of Consistency, you talk about the fear process, FEAR. What is that?
So fear is an acronym for a process I developed to change our mindset, really. Focus is F. F is focus, emotional commitment, action, and responsibility. And the basic metaphor is that if I had a box right here in front of me, and that box was full of the parts for a motorcycle, and I pulled all those parts out and assembled it properly, I would have a motorcycle, right? I wouldn't accidentally bake a cake out of motorcycle parts, right? Well, our mind is like that box, and our life is in here. Our wealth, our prosperity, our relationships, everything is in there in its component form, in the form of our decisions, choices, and beliefs. And what happens is every single day, we go through life making decisions about money, decisions about business, decisions about relationships, decisions about exercise, decisions about everything. And every time we make a decision, and I call these seemingly inconsequential decisions because they're tiny decisions, but every time you make a decision, you reach in your box, in your mind, and you pull out a small component of your life. And you do this over the course of 30, 40, 50 years, and next thing you know, you've built this life, and your life will be a perfect reflection of whatever's in your box. So then you say, well, what's in the box? Where did it come from? The thing that blows me away is you come into this world with an empty box. You don't have any attitudes about money, relationships, business, sales, none of those things, right? And what happens is that the world starts filling up your box with their ideas, parents, brothers, sisters, news, television, media, whatever. And all of a sudden people are just dropping stuff in your box, and you don't have the ability at 7 or 8 or 9 years old to, guard that, right? Because if an adult says it when you're a kid, it's gospel. That's true. My dad used to tell me rich people are crooks. I never questioned that. That became my gospel. Rich people are crooks. Looking back on my life now, it comes as no surprise that I didn't see the problem with stealing money to have money, because, hey, rich people are crooks, right, Dad? So we get all these limiting beliefs, right? We get all these ideas in our head. And the process that you talk about, the fear process, is the ability to examine what's in the box, find the good stuff, because there's a lot of good stuff in there too, and separate the bad stuff, right? And then get it out of there, replace it with some other stuff. Here's the crazy thing. If you imagine a highway system, right? These neural pathways in our brains are like highway systems, like this complex interstate system. And then the cars that run on the highway are the thoughts. And the crazy thing is that highway system is hardwired. It's built in there, like out of concrete and steel, right? And then the cars run down those highways every day, and it's the same freaking cars. In other words, the same freaking thoughts every single day. Same thoughts about money, same thoughts about relations, and all these cars running 100 miles an hour all day long. Same freaking thoughts over and over and over again. And then all of a sudden, if you're running down this highway and you say, hey, wait a second, I want to go a different direction. I want to go over there. I want to go 10 miles that way where I see that $1 million. Well, you can't just hop off the highway system. It's hardwired. You got to rebuild a new highway system, and you got to turn that, and you got to head it in that direction and build that new system. That's the neural pathways. That's the pathways on which your thoughts, move through your life, move through your brain. And so you got to change the highway system, and then you got to change the thoughts. And the fear process is designed to do that. The first step, as you mentioned, is focus.